I would request Sreejay Sreedharan sir to please come forward on the dais.
An earlier colleague of mine was supposed to take the knowledge graph part, but I think what I'll be taking is mostly about how next-gen NBFCs are actually moving from reactive to proactive using analytics, and how the command center actually changes with the advent of the new technologies which is there. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this session. We hardly meet once in a while in these sessions and try to engage within ourselves some of the latest technologies and business within our space. We have a very small community, obviously, so it's always a pleasure meeting you all, maybe once in a year or within 6 months. So what I'll be dealing today is more about what we do from an Altair perspective with respect to NBFC's operations, and where do you find value with our tools, right? So the reason I have kept this slide here is this was taken by PwC, given by PwC long back on what are the key areas which actually impact an NBFCs, right? So your enterprise strategy, your robust IT and digital capabilities, partnership with fintech players, obviously, proactive risk management, agile organization, etc. And obviously, overall, top of it, you should have an effective governance mechanism. So before I start, I'll just try to give you a good glimpse of what Altair is. So Altair is an analytics leader. We make softwares for businesses around the world, not only in the financial services space, but across other domains also, like manufacturing. We also do a lot of other engagements with respect to, say, for example, physics-based simulations, or we do a lot of other. We also actively work around data fabric. If you want to do high-performance computing, we do that. So from an Altair perspective, we primarily are a US-based company. The good news is we have been acquired by Siemens recently, so we will be part of Siemens umbrella. And we look across various aspects of analytics and product lifecycle. So if you see within the data science space, we actively are engaged with most of the analytical lifecycle which is required. And since we take care of most of the aspects, so we are part of the Gartner's quadrant. We are in the leaders quadrant for Gartner's 2025 Magic Quadrant for data science and machine learning. And the reason why we are there is because we look across the analytical lifecycle and help the customers in transforming their business. I'm giving you a small glimpse of a software and of our platform and how it actually engages with NBFC as a business domain. So from an Altair perspective, we actually look into most of the connectivities. Say, for example, if you were to connect to different type of data sources, there is no data source at this point of time which Altair cannot connect to. So we have virtually connections to most of the data sources, be it the historical data, be it real-time feeds. We can connect to basically any type of data, right? So, and we support different type of data movements and data management capabilities. Look across various different type of language technologies like SAS, language, Python, R, SQL. And we also provide a lot of other aspects within data and analytics. So for example, we are one of the very few companies who actively are engaged with knowledge graph technologies for improving your data integration capabilities and finding hidden patterns within your data. And obviously, we have our own data science, center of excellence for building those platforms, for discovery, for data visualization, and obviously for monitoring your machine learning models using AI ops, monitoring, and evaluation. Now, these platforms are an enterprise-level platforms which are completely composable. So when I say composable, you can actually have it across, you can use piecewise, or if you want to have the overall technology stack, we can provide you all of that together. And since all of them have a similar licensing model, so you can use all these products with a single license. So that is a USP. You don't need separate licenses for that. And you can run it wherever you want. So if you want to run it on your sandbox, on your on-premise devices, on-premise data centers, or if you want to drive it on a cloud infrastructure, be it a private or a hybrid cloud, or if you want to host it as a software as a service, we provide you all those capabilities. Now, these are the different type of tools which we have from an analytics perspective. So we look across the new age requirements of a customer, along with the the advanced analytics capabilities, be it the area of data preparation. If you would like to build your own interactive decision trees and optimized decision trees, scorecards using Knowledge Studio, or if you would like to do SAS compiling. So if you have your existing SAS language IPs and you want to move out of SAS, and you can actually use our SAS native compiler. We do have good amount of capabilities with respect to third-party IDs like a VS Code, Jupyter Notebook. You want to build on top of that agentic AI use cases, we have capabilities to do that. Notwithstanding the fact that we also have data preparation capabilities, Copilot capabilities, and obviously the knowledge graph, which integrates your enterprise data. Right, so how does these products really help in an NBFC, right? So, well, across the NBFC, there are multiple different cycles, which most of you guys know, all the way from acquisition. So if you want to acquire a customer, or if you want to do credit underwriting, or if you would like to do loan monitoring, business growth, regulatory compliance, and treasury AML, we have processes, we have tools which can actually help across the entire different processes which you want. So for example, if you would like to do a customer acquisition, we do have tools which are completely GUI-based. Without writing a single piece of code, you can do customer segmentations, risk-based scorecards. So you can actually build your risk-based scorecards without taking the nuances of building a weight of evidencing, which actually takes a long time for you to build those use cases. The value which you get from building this risk-based scorecards, I remember building those scorecards, which took nearly 2 weeks with 50 variables. I can do that within 2 hours now. So that is the way the tool actually helps you. And obviously, say for example, if you want to use an agentic AI or a Gen AI capability within the same area, there are ways in which you can integrate chatbots to onboard customers, do document summaries, help customers to do KYC clearances, etc. So we have multiple different products. I will take you through the products again as we go forward, but then the reason I mentioned the components is because these are the different type of use cases which you can actually do with our tools. Now, it all depends on which area, what you would like to do. So for example, if there are people into collections, which is an evergreen field, and you want to do a roll rate analysis, you want to build collection scorecards, or strategy optimization for collections, or you want to do a month-on-book flow analysis, you can actually use our tools like Panopticon and Knowledge Studio to do that. And they're all, either you can use it as a real-time tool, or if you want to use it as a batch, you can do that. Within the same collections, you can use our own tools for agentic AI and Gen AI to actually personalize your collection strategies. So if you want to engage with customers who are in distress, and you want to see what is the best way you can actually engage with them so that you don't make their credit score bad, at the same time you also protect your business. So how you can actually help interact with those customers. You have AI alerts, you have recovery bots, etc., which you can directly make with our products. Right? So you can either use our AI Cloud, AI Hub, or if you want to use our other products like Mendix, which is used for building front-end apps without writing any single piece of code, you can create that. By the way, Mendix is one of the leaders, is a leader in the Gartner's quadrant for app building. So you can actually build good amount of apps, both agnostic across different platforms, be it on the laptop, if you want to have it on your phone, you can actually create those apps and integrate it with the intelligence of our analytics products. Similarly, if you want to do cross-sell, upsell models, our tools can actually help you build those cross-sell models, customer lifetime values, and the agentic AI, which is again part of the same tool, can help you create personalized next best offers or marketing content generation. So if you want to attract better people, what type of content you would like to push based on the behavior of the customer. So we can do all these different type of use cases which are required. And obviously not to even discount regulatory compliance. A lot of this regulatory reporting happens wherein if you would like to automate the entire regulatory compliance summarization and reporting, our AI reporting capabilities can actually help you do that, right? And obviously, there is something which you can do for ALM also, for treasuries. Now, though I had mentioned some of the use cases, there's some of the key use cases which you can directly use within NBFC. For that matter, it can be used across any financial services. There are areas which you can use GenAI powered with Altair products. You can actually use across the onboarding, document processing, or if you would like to do predictive modeling for portfolio management or underwriting assessments, you can directly use our products for doing that. And one of the good things which Altair also provides is not only does it help you build your risk-based analysis, if you want to do your fraud detection and anomaly identification, the tool also helps you do that. So you can actually create a mix of predictive analytics from our classical products along with the AI and GenAI capabilities, which can actually complement your analytics and can add value to your customer experience, right? So you can actually do a lot of those works. Also, from an agentic use case, because it is a little bit more elaborate, because the GenAI use cases can be very, very specific for a requirement. But if you want to use agentic AI for a far better solutioning, you can do that. For example, for loan process optimization or for collections recovery, you can actually automate the entire process of identifying bad customers, what type of treatments you want to give them, what is the next best treatment you can give them, how do you take money, how can you extract the money from them, how can you seamlessly optimize the entire process of doing the transactions from a collections perspective. And obviously, automating the entire process is something which you can do. Similarly, for fraud detection and credit risk assessment, which you can do with agentic AI capabilities. By the way, agentic AI is part of a platform. Again, it is completely GUI-based. You don't have to code anything. You can bring your agents. You can integrate it with your MCP servers, which is part of the tool, and you can create use cases around it. So these are some of the products which we have. So one of the key things which a lot of customers, including some of the customers here who use our products, they use our tools for doing customer segmentations, to build risk-based scorecards, and to create customer product segmentation, cross-sell, upsell models, right? Optimizing their strategy treatments across. So you can actually use our tools to build all those things here. Not a single you don't have to write a single piece of code here. Completely GUI-based, fast time to market. So as I said, the same scorecard which we used to take around 2 weeks can be converted to 2 hours. And that is the way we actually work with our tools, right? So you can actually build interactive decision trees, scorecards, optimize, create your own pipelines. And obviously, not only develop these pipelines, you can even deploy these pipelines. So you can deploy this pipeline either if you want to deploy it as a web service through a REST API, you can do that. Or if you would like to deploy it as a batch, you can also do that. So you can actually use our products to do that. So the other product which you have is a SAS language processing. We have our own SAS language compiler, by which if you are using base SAS, SAS stat, SAS graph, or the SAS OR, SAS ETS, we have our own compiler without using SAS licenses. Altair as a product provides you the compiler for SAS language, by which you can actually develop your workbench, you can develop your work process, and you can deploy it at the same time. We also provide capabilities like, if you would like to use a Git for version control, we provide you capabilities for doing that within the deployment aspect of it. Okay, connectivity is there across most of the data sources which are available. So we don't even talk about it, because if the connectivity is not there, you let us know. We'll make sure that our R&D team actually gives you the connectivity. Now, from an AI cloud perspective, which helps you build your predictive models, prescriptive modeling, and your agentic AI capabilities, we provide you all the major capabilities which are required for a data scientist. So I would say it's a charm for the data scientists. They would love to use this. They can visually code their use case and deploy it at scale. And that is something which the tool really helps them do with, right? So you can create, so you have integration with VS Code, Jupyter Notebook, with which you can generate your AI, create your generative AI and agentic AI use cases. At the same time, if you want to deploy any of those use cases, along with the Nineleaps capability, we provide you within the same environment. You can use it as a software as a service. That means you can spin it up either on an AWS or an Azure, and obviously you can use it as per your requirement, right? So we also provide you automatic data preparation capabilities, and also auto machine learning capabilities for people who are new to data science. We help you, learn we help you go through the journey of learning new techniques with a guided and analytics capabilities. Right. Similarly, we have our own data preparation tool. So if you want to extract a lot of your bank statements, PDF statements, and you want to convert them into a row column format, which can be used for your downstream analytics, our tools actually help you do that. So you can actually use it to do a lot of data preparation jobs, connects to most of the data sources, be it the big data platforms, applications, etc. We can directly connect to them, do your robust data preparation, automate it at scale. Some of the customers who use it, they have been using our tools for nearly 2 decades. And they have been doing this because every day, all the credit reconciliation which happens globally for that particular financial company is done by a single tool, and which is the Monarch self-service data preparation tool. Every morning they come, they find that all the reconciliation has been done in the background, and they just have to use the output of data for generating insights. So that is what they do, actually. Similarly, we also have our own BI tool, which is called as the Panopticon. It is one of the only tools in the market which can do the actual real-time visualization. So when I say real-time, you can visualize your, visualize your graphs and your dashboards in milliseconds to nanoseconds. And that is an advantage which a lot of customers get, especially if they're in the capital market space or wealth management space where they want to get insights in real time, right? So you can deploy your models, your predictive models in real time, and visualize it in the same platform also if you want to do that, right? So these are some of the advantages which you get. And finally, we also have our own knowledge graph capabilities. Now, what is knowledge graph? Obviously, you can use knowledge graph. It uses the graph technologies to connect diverse data sources, enterprise data, through a semantic, graph-based architecture by which you can connect data and try to find insights among your data. So you can actually find, if you have customers onboarding, and if you have history of the data of the customers, you can see how they move from one line of business to the other line of business, where is the value they are actually bringing to the company. You can also do things like identifying fraud-based analysis. So it uses a lot of good technologies. So it's like RDF using triplets by which you can actually create semantic layers of on top of your data. So it is actually creating a layer of fabric using graph technologies. You can actually create a good amount of understanding of seeing how the data actually moves across and find out hidden patterns and more insights from your data. So that is what knowledge graph actually helps you do. Again, it's a completely GUI-based tool, and it can be scaled, so you can actually automate your graph pipelines at scale and find insights using SparkQL coding. And there's a lot of good customers globally who use our product from a knowledge graph perspective. And obviously, we have our own graph lakehouse, which actually helps you automate the entire graph pipelines at scale. So all these tools actually use a single license, and that is a value which we actually bring. And obviously, if you want to surface all your analytics outside within your computer or on your phone, we have our own tools called Mendix, which can actually help you surface all your analytics, all the intelligence, and you can create a front-ending of your requirements or your applications to the customer or to your field teams. So you can create these apps integrating the intelligence of predictive modeling or prescriptive modeling in the back end using REST APIs and other technologies by which you can actually create those applications for the end customers. So you can create if you want to create a customized loan origination system, you can actually create it within the tool, right? Again, it's a completely GUI-based tool which can be used to create your front-end applications with the best of UI UX capabilities. Now, when I talk about all this, the final thing which I can tell you is all of them use the same license except the Mendix part at this point of time. Most of the tools which we have, they use our units-based licensing model, which is like you could take a pool of licenses and you can use any of our data analytics products on a first-come, first basis. And that actually helps you free a lot of your commercial, it can help you manage your licenses. It provides you more commercial viability, and which can actually help you improve your returns for the license costs which you actually pay. So, and it is a completely flexible licensing model, which anybody can use across the globe. So these are some of the things which we can directly do. And how Altair is better, I think I have only 17 seconds more. Altair actually helps you do the entire analytical lifecycle, giving you all the flavors of the data science requirements which a customer requires, from data to discovery to deployment. And obviously, while doing so, we bring in different type of technologies which can actually help you improve how you make your data speak out. Ultimately, any tool, be it the open source or the commercial software, the end objective is very simple. We want to make the data speak out the truth. And that is what our tools actually help you do that. So, so that's pretty much from my side. So if you have any questions, we can take it up. I hope you got a little bit of understanding about what I was trying to tell you. I mean, at times it looks like as if it's too much of a, a sweet bomb which gets onto you. So this is a platform which can actually help you in your entire analytical lifecycle. And obviously, that analytical lifecycle will help you improve your credit lifecycle. So that is what it's all about. So, any questions?
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presentation. And I would request Shri Rohit Tikku, sir, founder and whole-time director of Abhiyan Capital, to please come forward to felicitate Sreedharan, sir, Director DA for BFSI Altair. I would request all of you to please put your hands together. And can we have the bouquet, sir? Sreejay, sir, please, I would request you to please be here for 2 minutes.